When I was a little child, the two things I loved most in life were Godzilla and dead people, and NES games. So naturally when Godzilla Monster of Monsters Zombies Edition came out, it was like a dream come true. Well, almost. To sum it up, most of the game revolved around getting around very repetitive outer space levels while smashing up tanks and jets, then fighting against Godzilla's monster enemies. Overall, it was awesome, but back then I didn't care at all that it was awesome. I hated it so much. When I got the game as a present for my 10th birthday, I put it in a pit of fire and then I let Satan eat it. It never really happened, to be honest. Although I could have swore I saw someone in the fire. And then it was my dog. And that's how my dog had injuries for the rest of his life. Unfortunately, I had traded the game for, oh my god, a year later. Much to my regret when I found out what that game was like. Yeah. Recently, I had bought a new... Okay, you don't know what Amagon is? Hold on, here, let me get it on Wikipedia. I'll do that later. I had bought a new NES system, and through a lot of hunting around and asking around, and by hunting I mean shooting deer and asking around the same dead deer, my friend Billy finally managed to find a copy of Godzilla, Monster of Monsters, Inc. Yeah, it was like a hacked cartridge. And then I punched him and said, "Get a real cartridge, man, bro." And then I joined the ghetto. Once after I got a drug addiction, and then after the drug addiction, I went to rehab, and then I was fine, and Billy still hadn't got a real NES game. So, I killed him. Wait, no I didn't. I just punched him. Silly me. Slip of the tongue. Anyway, most of that was a dream. Anyway. Most of it was a dream, so what really happened was, my friend Billy managed to find a copy of Godzilla, Monster of Monsters, not Monsters, Inc. I was so pumped to play my favorite childhood game, I punched my mom in the face, and then she slapped me back, and then we got in a fist fight. It never even occurred to me to ask where Billy found it. Probably a dumpster. He also gave me some other games like Legend of Zelda, Bomberman, and some stupid thing called Action 52. He stole it from eBay. I didn't think that was possible, but yeah, he did. But Godzilla had to come first, even though Legend of Zelda was pretty awesome. So I started the game, and then a Nostalgia Critic came flooding back like a tidal wave. It was still playing on my computer, so I turned him off. Godzilla's 8-bit theme song fluttered proudly through the speakers, and soon I was grinning like Obama. Some people laugh at me for playing such outdated games, but I never had so much as enjoyment from any games other than those from the NES. Well, maybe the SNES, but I don't know. Those 8-bit games take me back to the past, where things in life were much simpler. More say. But after what happens in this game, I do not have those feelings anymore. You can probably tell because there are like 9 stinking chapters. I had forgotten how quick the fun of smashing things as Godzilla wore off in the scoring. The game bombards you with bullets and things crashing into you from every direction. Literally, into you. It's like they actually come out, like they come into your body and then they come out with a heart. It's quite gruesome, so I love it. And you're too big to avoid most of them. Although my excitement had worn down some, it wasn't that long at all before I got my first boss battle. My first opponent was Godzilla, an obscure Quid Kaju who had never been in a Godzilla movie. Period. The most annoying thing about fighting Godzilla is that he always backs you up into a corner and starts smacking you with his tentacle. And he also starts, talking bad about you, too. Like, he goes online and spreads bad rumors about you. And you're unable to move until he gets off of the computer and you. The move doesn't do any damage, but it does hurt your feelings. It can also stall you until the timer runs out and you have to start the fight over. And he regains some health. He's quite a bully. It's as annoying as it sounds, and of course, he did he did it when I fought him. Only for some reason this caused the game to glitch up, because once he started smacking me, he never stopped. The timer is supposed to end the fight in about 4 seconds, but this lasted for nearly 15 minutes. After a while, the graphics start to mess up with little red blocks all over the place. I'll make an audio sound on what that might sound like, which was weird. But I just took the game out, blew on it, prayed to Satan, and then started again. I wasn't about to let a little glitch stand in my way. Yeah, 'cause that's what a glitch does. So I start again, and this time Didi gets a Troya! And the level's other boss are Mogula! Without any problems. So then it was on to the next planet, Uranus. However, I realized it wasn't a planet and sued Nintendo. Then I realized they don't know what I'm talking about. So at this point, I realized this could have been a beta. And then I decided that's stupid. And then I pinched myself to see if I was dreaming, and it turned out it was a dream. I fell asleep while playing the level, and there I was on the map. I browsed around the board and found something unexpected, where Venus planet should have been. There's a little piece representing a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There were only 10 Kaiju in the game, and Tyrannosaurus Rex was not one of them. Or so I thought. Perhaps Tyrannosaurus or Titanosaurus, or I'll just call him Titanfall, was originally going to be intended to the game, but was thought that was Varen for some reason. So I Varen! So I began to feel very excited. Not only I was playing my favorite game, but I was playing a prototype of Needless to say, I ran through the levels as fast as I could to see Titanosaurus in action. Fucking Dora again and beat him before he could do his tentacle smack. But this glitch started happening when he died. But this time the glitch started happening when he died. I'll get you this time, Captain Planet, he said on the screen. Gizosaurus spy didn't sink to the bottom of the sea, but instead seemed to be devoured by the glitch, and his eye started randomly spawning all over the screen. I'll give you an audio thing what that might have sounded like. I know that these glitches were my first sign that something was very wrong with this game, but I ignored it because I'm smart. I proceeded to fight Mugi, who this time has a glitch of his own. He was huge! He was also considerably harder to beat than usual. I'm an idiot. And but soon I defeated him also, and when he died, yet another glitch happened. This happened extremely fast, so I was lucky to get a screen cap of it. But what happened was that the giant Medusa spray started to shatter and melt. Also, if you look at the garbled text at the right corner of the screen, you'll notice what appears to be a Cyclops in a cage. I still have no idea what that meant, but I do have some ideas. At this point, I was about to fight the Tyrannosaurus Rex, or Titanfall, or whatever, and I was just worried to see... And I was worried to as what kind of glitches would happen this time, but to my surprise, the Tyrannosaurus looked just fine. Although all the game's bipedal monsters were in the same height. Titanfall was a bit taller. What says Titanfall was actually taller than Godzilla in his film debut. I thought it was kind of cool. After a very fun fight with the monster that wasn't supposed to be in the game, I took over the enemy base and proceeded not to do further than normal, but instead to battle. And that was one chapter.